however long it takes to go from OBS to the stream. Restart the 15 minutes. Actually, I'm going to do something else too because last night it populated under 2 hours with everything. It populated under 2 hours with everything. It populated under 2 hours. That was me.
Has anybody talked to Ghetto today, Ian?
I have not. I don't know. I can't speak for the homies. I have no idea. I didn't even get an email from him today.
I haven't seen him.
Thank goodness.
We did have a very productive, I thought, after Doug's live fill-in stream today with Zoom that went for about 5 hours. That was pretty impressive, actually. My humble opinion, anyway. So hopefully this does not, both of these will not catch anything. I don't know how quick YouTube is to do that. I intentionally didn't appeal the one from last night until late in the day because I wanted to see how quick it would get taken care of, and I was impressed. It was under 30 minutes.
토니 왈로우 said cool sound.
Cool sound. I don't know what the sound would be. The echo was me. Yeah, I agree, Rick. We should. Now, everyone, for the most part, knows my Zoom is available all the time. I don't have to be here. It's set up so where you guys can come into the Zoom, as well as there are a few people that have the code to be the host.
Key.
The key. Thank you. The key, not the code. The key. And now for the remainder, correct. Now for part two. Let's do a recap of part one.
Yeah, yeah, I forgot to switch streams for a minute.
I set all this up earlier today.
Subscribe.
It was kind of fun. And then YouTube is doing something new that you now get, even on Unlisted, you get an email telling you your short, or not your short, but your trailer, in my case, is not eligible for monetization. Well, no kidding. Number one, I didn't even turn monetization on, so it's not going to be eligible for monetization. And then, of course, because it's copyrighted music, even if I had of, I wouldn't have been able to get paid for it as well. Go look over here.
Let me cook some more sausages. Those sausages are for you.
You know, that cat, what is the cat eating now? Is that, wait, spaghetti and meatballs?
No. Little tiny ink sausages.
Oh, brother. Cat eats better than I do. All right, so there were 12 views from the earlier stream. As of right now, there is no dings to it. I'm going to give it until top of the hour to check to see if chat populates or not.
Yeah, that's because the cat's not diabetic.
Yeah, ha, ha, ha. You do. Oh, I am live streaming. Damn it. You're lucky. You don't know that the cat's not diabetic? Okay, good question. Can the cat be diabetic? Hello, Kenny Whitten. Haven't seen you around in a long time.
Cat can be diabetic.
So, yeah. Alex, your statement.
They can have gift shots and that.
Yeah. Could you imagine drawing blood from a cat prior to feeding it to give it insulin? I think that's where I would draw the line
only on. If you want shredded arms.
Yeah. Man.
Okay.
I think it's usually just a daily medicine that you give it, not as a...
Not like humans where certain people have to check every time they eat. Yeah.
Yep.
Man, I'm so thankful right now I don't have to do that.
My mom has, I just found out, my mom has an appointment to go to because my grandma has an appointment tomorrow, and my dad's gonna be at the church working. So I gotta go with him. I gotta go with him tomorrow, which means I gotta get up at like 7.
Are you running the wires tomorrow or?
No, they're still working on finishing the painting in the baptistry.
How big is the baptistry?
Big enough that you can fill the tub up with water and put someone in there and dunk them?
Well, that could be 5x6. That's not very. If you're talking about just a tub, well, maybe I should ask the wrong question.
Well,
here.
is it
How
a-
big is a tub? Big
Don't
enough
know,
you can
you're
fill it up
asking
with
the
water
wrong-
and dunk somebody?
You're asking the wrong person.
Well,
Now,
you're
this
the only
is
one from
Baptist.
the church. Go ahead, Jeff.
Now, this is a Baptist church, right?
Yes.
The last Baptist church I was in, the baptistry, the part that they immersed people in was like 4 feet deep. I mean, it was like a square about 4 feet by 4 feet by 4 feet deep. It wasn't a tub. I mean, it actually
It
was
is, Rick. I'm going to allow it briefly. We're not going to go into any great discussions on it. And we'll talk
Well,
about
this
that
is
a
just
little bit
architectural
afterwards.
discussion, I guess.
There you go. There you go.
Right. Oh, well.
And I was checking something out anyway. Just the better part of my curiosity
Yeah.
may have gotten a hold
got-
of me. So
Unfortunately,
did Chris get kicked out? Or did Chris leave?
No, I got a message on Facebook Messenger. He's having issues, I think. Although that was around 7:07. But I think he's having hotspot problems, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said, I just adjusted the data limit. He's going to restart it. Restarting the hotspot. So,
Yeah.
this is so cool.
he must have his data limit set in settings on his phone, and it automatically kicked him off once he reached that
Possibly.
whatever he had it set
Right.
to.
Probably because it's expensive to run data over the phone.
I got a question for Mike Wojcik, kind of following up from part one. When do you expect to have your first of the dreaded snow? That's hard for me to say, by the way.
You might get some in December.
Oh, you don't get snow
I-
until December?
Yeah,
Wow.
and it's rare to have snow for Christmas, or if it is, it's just a covering. You don't get any real snow into January.
And then does it make up for the lack of not showing up until January?
I never even used my snowblower last year.
I've been seeing reports that we're in for some bad weather this winter, but again, who knows? Which was a conversation that Mrs. Kay and I had the other day, yesterday, watching the storm come across while we were sitting there debating to play golf, knowing that we weren't playing golf because it was raining too hard. But I got to give her credit. She was at least playing along like she was interested in me playing golf. But I knew there was just no way we would play golf. It rained too hard, too long, and the ground would have been just a muddy mess. So, and then she got...
one article I'm seeing about winter weather across the country. Over Indiana, it says it's going to be wetter.
Right.
Doesn't say anything about the temperature, so I assume it's going to be normal. Here we're supposed to be drier. Oklahoma, Arkansas, supposed to be warmer. Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, drier and warmer,
Yeah, I've seen two reports. One says it's going to be wetter, and the other one says it's going to be colder and wetter. Well, colder and wetter indicates the dreaded S word. So, and probably for the first time that I can ever recall, I actually thought about maybe we should find us a place in, not Florida, Louisiana. It's warm in Louisiana most of the time, isn't it?
Humid.
Humid? Okay.
Yeah.
But I know we're not doing that.
In Florida, we'd rather have the wind than the stuff that falls from the sky.
Well, it says it's going to be warmer than normal in Arkansas this year.
Rick Lake says, I hope to go snowmobiling this winter. I think we'll pay dearly for not having snow last year. I have never been on a snowmobile, ever. I've been on ice, I've ice skated, I've ice fished, and I know people that had snowmobiles. They just, I don't know, for some
토니
reason,
왈로
it didn't
said
appeal to
let
me.
it snow, let it snow, let it
And
snow.
at this lovely age I'm at now, I probably couldn't even get on and off a snowmobile. So that's not ever going to
I'm
happen.
seeing here says you're going to be wetter, but almost all of Indiana is supposed to be about near normal temperatures. So wetter
Okay.
but normal temps.
All right. Um,
Who knows? I mean,
Chris said he can't. It says it's not letting me tonight. I guess it doesn't like me. Well, hopefully, Chris, if you can hear, well, he can't hear us because I don't think he's watching. Be nice to see him get his internet back by the end of the week. I'll answer him
I was
here in a
curious.
minute.
I looked up about snow. So last November we had a half an inch in November,
Okay,
but obviously it wouldn't stay. It would melt as soon as it hits the ground.
right.
no.
Hopefully, we have we had a very mild winter here last year, and hopefully we have that again this year. It wasn't too bad. With the wind, you also get stuff falling from the sky like buildings, cows, cars, etc. Yes, Wintermute. That's good observation. By the way, Twisters is out on, I believe it was Prime or Netflix. I got an email about it. I haven't even gone to check. I might do that later. Tonight. I'm going to try to get some sleep tonight. We talked about that too. We think part of some of what's going on with me is because of the fact that I stay up all night, go pick her up. I sleep for 2 or 3 hours, get up and do the Doug thing, and then try to take a nap sometimes in the afternoon, and that's just not conductive of a good, healthy lifestyle at all. Blood sugars are great. 105 last night, but it went up.
I would tell you when I go to camp up north.
Did you hear anything back yet?
Not yet. When I
Okay.
go to camp up north, I'm fully anticipating it to be really really cool or cold up there, because last time I went to a weekend
켄
camp
스타우트
this
라이브
time of
세드
year,
땡크
it
유전.
wasn't up there, but it was cold enough we couldn't do anything outside at all. They basically just stayed inside and they put some football game on or something.
Now, when
But
you
since-
say camp, are you in a tent or are you in a regular building?
Oh no,
Cabin.
we're always in a cabin or in a building. I'm not 100% sure of the sleeping arrangements or the facilities up north where they have this agreement or they rent out this other facility, because I've never been, but we're always inside of an actual.
Yeah, when I was middle school, high school age, went to the summer camp. Ken may know what these are. We had buildings that I think they were actually Army surplus. The bottom half of the building was wood, and there was a frame on the top part that had canvas stretched over it.
Yep.
You're familiar with those?
Oh yeah. And then in the military, you had basically the same thing where the floor was wood, half of the wall was wood, and then the top was the Quonset hut that was circular. You remember those?
No, but the bottom part was the same, and the top part had wood that was simply enough to hold up the canvas.
Yeah, the one Boy Scout camp that I went to was that way, and then
And
obviously the military.
one of my grandparents said on my mom's side, they had a surplus tent that was done the same thing. They used it for storage. Bottom part was wood and the top part was canvas. This one, it was orange. I don't know where the orange came from. The ones I went to camp in were OD.
Yeah, John is saying that he and his wife saw Twister when they were in Florida when they were in Florida, the theater. He says it's good, so I might wait and watch it on Friday night with Mrs. K. And then again, we might not even be in Indiana on Friday night, so that conversation was discussed again today. I might as well admit it. We're going to go somewhere. She's going to change her mind again. Wait, is she watching? We got about 30 seconds left or so. Actually, according to the one, it was 10:32, but I don't recall exactly when I started. 12 seconds to go. So that Thank you, everyone, for participating in the experiment last night and tonight. I just checked again. Part 1 is still good. There's nothing there. So this would be very ironic if what I suspected it to be was actually it. Very picky, but very ironic. So thank you for everyone's help on this, especially Greg. Thank you, Greg. If you want to join us on Zoom, email case.z00m@gmail.com. And we will
John
run
William just said
Zoom
thanks
for
again.
a while afterwards. Thank you,
Okay.
everyone. Good night.
William.
See you tomorrow on Doug's. Maybe. And we're back. Maybe. Nope, wait. And we're back. Jeff Williams. Oh, wait a minute. Still got the thing going around. Don't tell me it
Yeah, you
actually.
still got the spinning circle. I think you were. It's all right.
I didn't end it in the studio, though, so it should. We should be back live now. If we're
Okay,
back
now
live,
you're
somebody
back.
put a 1 in chat, please. Maybe. 1, we're back live. So Jeff Ryman has a question for John Williams, if John's still here. Sam 2.5.
Was it more like the original Twister or more like Sharknado?
And John is back. I don't know if he heard it or not. Let me go ahead and end this because Tony's here. So we'll find out tomorrow. I'll reach out to John.